The following video was pre-recorded on twitch.tv/codedman9000. More information on the stream times at the end of the video. Hello and welcome to our Twitch Plays Long series called Stone to Space. We are in Chapter 1, Medieval Progression. Today we are playing Transport Fever 2. So this is Transport Fever 2. I want to call it a factory-like building game, but you're not actually creating a factory, so I'm not really sure how to describe it. In Transport Fever 2, you get a map that has towns already on it, and they require different items. The towns are going to require different resources, and the resources require items to then make it. So it's a tiered system, like for farms. When we get into upgraded farms, which they naturally level up depending on how often you use them, they'll require more than one wheat field or some type of farm plot. There's a thing that I think it's called goods, and it requires steel and tools or something like that look like gears. Both of those two things require two things to make them, so now that's four things needed to make one item for a town. And those four things, I think, need something mixed in with them. I don't remember everything. But as you can tell by the logo, or the title screen, you use different machines. Trains, planes, trucks, and boats. And what we're going to do is our first time skip of the story. So we're not necessarily in medieval times anymore. This is more of a... I think it actually starts in-game in the year 1920. So, we're going to be starting a new game. I think we need... free game. Now, I like to use specific seeds when I play. Or is it red pipes? I don't know, Regus. But I think we can name the different vehicles. So if we want to go down a Transformer route, we could. I'd like to do the tropical just for the visual. And we don't want small, we want very large, because my computer can handle it. My old computer could not compete. And because it's a larger map, we want less islands. Now, we are going to start a seed, so I probably should have a seed command in case anyone wants to play along. What we're going to name this is Stone to Space. So I'm just going to type it in now. It's going to have no spaces in it. So that's going to be what the seed is. But what I like to do when something has a seed that you can type in, I always do what my name is. Not my actual name, but I usually go codesman9000. So this is what my map would be on these settings. If we go the channel's name, this is what our channel's map would be. It's always the same. For example, let's do Regus. See what Regus's map would look like. They do kind of all look similar, but they're slightly different. Who else is in here? Let's do Dan. We'll do Sophie next, just to show you what it is. Wait, your real name isn't CodedMan9000? You owe me money if you use my name. So here's Dan's island. JK, I know his real name to you. You all don't. I think the only one that's in chat that doesn't know my actual name would be just TSG. I think Dan and Regus both know it. In case you don't, I know, aside from TSG, my mom sometimes comes in chat, and the one time she said my name in chat. So everyone found out what my name was. is what Sophie's little town would be. Anyway. Coded Man Adalzo is my middle name. I don't know if capitals matter, but just in case I put the capitals in. Small town, not a little town. Okay, map format. Towns. I think we want this setting very high means we have a lot of towns. So we're not going to do every town. Actually, how do we get to just 6 towns? His mom said I'm cute, so I stole one. Okay, this should be... This is a good enough spot. What we're going to do for this is... Lurkies? Have fun lurking, TSG. What the king has said is that we need to have transportation and factories running for every type of factory. And then we will be able to have free range of our own large city. So what we're doing now is upgrading towns. Next game will be for cities. So what we need to do is make sure that we have enough factories. I think this is a decent amount. Each factory is different. If we went to low, I think it does 32 industries. I'm gonna let it go. 86 industries with this large of a map, so we actually can do small. That'll give us a lot of space in between. If we were on a small map, it would give us the least amount of factories or industries for us to have one of every type. But some things need the same thing as another factory, so you actually need more than just the one for each thing. So this will be good. This is probably double, or a little bit more than double. So we go into next, we can actually start with a different date. Oh, we can actually go further back, look at that. I thought it started in 1920. So let's do 1850, go to the furthest away back. Town cargo needs the amount of different things that the towns require to then expand the town. You can do just 2 types, which is what the default used to be. Or we could do up to 4 cargoes. Now, for them to require 2 more above the normal 2, we'd have to satisfy those 2 first, then they add another 2, as far as I know. Could be wrong. We're going to do up to 6, just so we could have like one central town. And we'll really focus on that town, getting everything to it. Now, although I am in the USA, I'm actually going to focus on the European trains and systems like that, because I actually like your vehicles a lot more than ours. Except for Peterbilt's, the semi-trucks. I like our semi-trucks a little bit more. I don't usually like the Asian stuff, so we're not going to do that. Custom settings. Do we need anything in custom settings? I don't think we do. We all have trains that work, so I get it. Oh, no custom settings. Okay. We're gonna do easy. I don't think these matter very much. I don't remember what the difference is. Industry closure. We're going to turn it up to sometimes, because if there's an industry that does not work out where it's placed, we want it to actually disappear, and then it'll reappear somewhere else until we use it. Once you start using the industry, it stays there. And then we're going to just start. Now, the last time I tried loading this on this computer, it did do some visual weird glitches, where there was a large line of trees going vertical instead of horizontal on the map. So hopefully there's no visual glitches. It will take a moment to load, so this would be cut out on our stream recap. Now that we've finished Manor Lords, it is going to take me a little bit longer to get our recap videos done. I did just finish episode 2, so that's going to be going live on YouTube after the stream, or tomorrow, depending on how long it takes to upload to YouTube. But since I have 2 videos edited, I can now cut it down to the most important parts of it, and we'll have a recap in the beginning of each stream now. I've been saying that for a while, but that's because I haven't really edited. Update the category. You're right. Thank you, Dan. There we go. Now, this would technically be episode 8 right now. I'm not going to update the title because that would mess with the VOD for episode 7, so I'll just change the name later on. So here is our map. Now, this is as far out as I can zoom. And cameras... Okay, I need to invert the mouse control. I think it's escape, settings, mouse. Invert panning, that's probably what I was looking for. Or was it rotating? I think panning is vertical. Yeah. It is also very fast. I don't like how fast this is. Mouse wheel sensitivity. Getting better. What if I turn it down to 1? That's 0. That's not what I wanted. That seems better, but I'm not really sure. The other thing I did know was this one. Or was it rotation? Let's do rotation first, see if that's what I wanted. Even if you update the title while live, the VOD will retain the title... The first title. Really? Okay. Thank you, Dan. Didn't know that. Well, there you go. Now the title's updated. Back in here. I want tilting to be rotated, right? I don't think anything got changed. I don't notice it. We don't have edge scrolling on. If I just turn it all off again. No, whatever this would be, I definitely want reverted. Because, yeah. So what I think I need is rotation. And then panning, the one that was right underneath it, or tilting. So we should go down, up, right, left. Yep, there we go. I think that's where we were when I was turning everything off. The names for each town are random. I don't think they're made from anywhere. Oh, this map is so large I actually can't see it all. Wow, I'm not used to that. Stratford upon Avon. Are these real names? They might be real names. Gotta get started. Have fun, Dan. Thank you for the OBS information. Oh, these are real names. Okay. I did know when I was using the US version that they were more American names. Oh, here's Bedford. That's something that we use as well. Now, we can change the names of the towns. Almost everything in this game can be renamed. So what would be the easiest thing to make? I know bricks only take stones. That's a one thing needed. Are we paused? We are not paused. We've already gone through a few months of not doing anything. bread just takes wheat. Where is the bread making thing? Bread's up here. Bread's right here. So we could do a train down here into there. Where's the nearest brick? Way over here. Now where's the nearest stone? Way up here. Shady Acres for the first town? Oh really? Stratford upon Avon is where Shakespeare was born? I never looked into stuff like that. Now, you need fuel. You need fuel. Oil is here. Oil goes into the refinery. And then after the refinery, it goes to a thing that looks like the icon the town needs. Which is way over here. This one needs tools, which takes lumber, which takes logs. And then it needs gears. Are there any gears nearby? Way over here. That's a late game thing, it needs steel. We could start our game not making the things that the towns need, but just creating money, because we do get money just from transporting oil to refinery. You don't need to take it straight to the town or anything. Let's go around. Goods is not something we're going to get into. That takes like everything to make just one thing. This takes fuel, which is right here. Oil refinery. I don't see any... this is the closest oil, it seems. This will have to go all the way over here. I'm worried about distance just because it takes money to place down train tracks. This needs gears and goods. Gears is right here, but takes steel, planks. We have steel over here too, which is very close. This takes wood. This is bricks, which goes here. Whopper. Why'd you send a Whopper emote? What are you excited about, Sophie? Oh, here's us. The only thing this is missing is plastic over here. Plastic's right here, which needs a refinery, which is right here. So we could do a train that goes from refinery to here, down to here, drops off refined oil, takes plastic back, picks up goods, takes it into the town. That's one big loop right there. We get its oil from right here, or we could do this refinery. To oil, to plastic, plastic to here, and then to the town. One big loop. Hungry eyes. I get what you mean now. Then this needs steel, which is all right here. When this gets upgraded, we need 2 of these. So there's 2 here, 2 here. The same with the refinery. I think this requires more oil. The oil refinery requires... I think actually when this upgrades, it only takes 1 barrel. So right now it takes 2. So this would be 2 oil wells to match the output of this. So I think we'll take the long route and use Cockermouth as our main town. So we're going to name Cockermouth Shady Acres. Now, do I do Shady Acres or Sandy Acres? You typed in Shady Acres, so that's what I'm going to name it. But if you want Sandy Anchors, I'll do that as well. Sunny Shades. Well, Sophie, I can't. Regis already said what he said. So I will open this on the side. We had kitty treats. I did that already. Turn these back on. Okay, so this is our main town. I don't think this will need 2 things of stone. Right now it's a 1-to-1, so it only needs this 1 quarry. To start out, it's only gonna use 100 stone. This creates 400. So I think as this upgrades, it goes 100, 200, 300, 400. So it's only gonna need that 1 quarry. For example, steel takes 200. So each icon is 100. So the moment this upgrades, it would then need 400. Don't these make 400? They do. I'm confused. No, this creates 200 at a time, but it takes 200 pieces to make it. So this actually requires 400 stone. Okay. What's the cheapest thing to do first? Probably a circle for stone to brick to the town. So let's see if we can make a train channel here. We're going to need cargo station. Now, how is cargo station rotated? I forget. M and N, or this is height. There's a way to do more precise rotating. I have to find where that is. Is it this button? No. We have an autosave. Is it V and B? Oh, that did something. V is destroy. L is for line manager. I don't know. Now we can rotate it just by touching the road. Replace 1 train there. And then we want a pass-through station. And if I rotate it 180, can I just drag to rotate? No, I can't. Okay. Now we want the good to be highlighted when you use the train, or else the train's not going to get the goods from the station, the industry. We'll probably have to do 1 really long train over here, or else we'd have to use boats. Now, all of the goods want to be over here. So I think if we place 1 train station here, actually we're gonna need a pass-through station so that this can come into it as well. So let's put a random station just here. We will then add a road in front of it. And it's a drag thing. Click the check mark, bring it up here. They updated things because I don't remember those lines being there before. Straight to there. Now, they won't take the goods from here and disperse it unless you have this truck station. And I want to find a way that doesn't destroy the buildings. So maybe if I change where this road is. I bring the road straight into here. Then can I add this in here without destroying any house? I can. Okay, now we want these. The truck station only goes to a certain distance. I did not mean to place that. The building has a radius, so if I get out of the destroy build and I pin this here, we now see every building that it's in range of. So we need to place these where it will reach the other buildings. So I guess here in front of this house should get most of these. And then if I place one here, that should be 1 good circle. It's more of like a figure 8, but that should keep trucks out of the way. Next thing we need is a road depot, which then provides us with the trucks. we'll have to buy trucks, so we have to make sure we have our money. Now comes the most expensive part, which is not me moving, but I'm going to do that first. My legs are starting to hurt. Okay, we need to place down our train tracks. Now to start off, we're going to have 2 different train lines until our trains are fast enough to make money going all the way over to here and then making our way back. Right now they're not going to be good enough to have a lot of weight on them. I keep forgetting it's a drag. So as we drag over to here, it is going to make a curvature with it. And we then just have to worry about where it collides with something. Looks like right here may be too low. It does look like that's the only issue, is that everywhere where there's water, it's too low to the ground. So we'll go straight back to here. We'll keep this hopefully straight as we can. It does snap into a straight line somewhere. There we go. And then if we go here and just raise it up a little bit, that should be high enough if we go straight across. 11 million? Can we go flat again? Do I get all my money back from building these? Not really. Let's go in here and borrow the max amount of money that we can, which is 10 million. How much is it to get this all the way over to here? 2 million. Why does it look so expensive with the bridge? Maybe if we only go up 1, that'll be enough? So we want this to be flat, and then we're going to continue this all the way over. It will naturally incline back down. So let's go here. Is this all level? It looks very tall. I think it's getting bigger as it goes across. Let's make a level platform over here first. So another straight piece. This should set us up to being a flat bridge. Now where is it not flat? I can't tell if it has an issue here. I think it does. So it's okay getting over to here, so it's only when it goes down that it has the issue. Oh no, I didn't mean to get rid of that. So let's bring it to here, we'll just place that amount, and then we'll drag it straight into this train. Now you have an issue here in this area. So if I bring you straight out, you're in collision already because of the ground, so we need to do some terraforming. So let's just bring it out a lot, bring this out a little bit, we'll smooth it out. Hopefully now we can make the train get in here. What are you colliding with? Is there not enough area? Looks like it doesn't have enough road here. Let's do a little bit more terraforming. Now this is costing us money. Can I do it now? No, for some reason. I guess, jeez. Okay, let's bring this out a lot then. Now, can I add this in? Okay, we have one train line in. And what we probably want for the starting is to have this have another line of train, or another train line, I mean. Then we need platforms so that they can have the cargo on this side. And on this side, we're going to connect this one into the town, which is probably going to cost a lot. Let's see what it would look like if I just connected straight in. Okay, so we're going to slowly make our way over. And now I can see where the curvature would be. So if I bring you straight from here and go over to this island, that's not going to work. Straight to here then? Then bring you over? That works. Can you stay above over here? No, you're going straight into the ground right here. So what we need is a smaller section. Make that flatten out. Let's bring this back a little bit. Actually, we should probably just keep it flat where it was. If I get rid of these, bring this back over, and then we make this flat. It is very tall, so it's going to cost us even more money. How far out do you have to be to then be flat? I can bring you straight over. If I bring you to here, that's good enough. Alright, we are running out of money, so we're not doing this the right way. So what I should probably do is get rid of some of this, actually. Just so that we can have enough money for the train. We'll get our train going, which we need a train depot. I was trying to make too much all at once. I'm going to place it over here so that we can curve a track into this station. And then we can also curve one out this way for the other track line. Now we go into here, we add new line. Click on stations to add, so we click over here and here. That station is done. Now we come into here, we create our train. Right now we only have one option of a train. It's the slowest train possible. And then what we need to do is make sure we use the right train car. Which I think is this one. This one has the stone in it. Now I'm going to add a bunch. Let's start with just as much as we can pay for. Which we actually have 3 million. We can go... We'll do a 1,000,000 train. And then we click here, we do set line, put on line 1. Now if I click on the train, that's not what I meant to click on. If I click on the train, we can click a button over here and ride the train. Now if I zoom out, no, if I move back, I can get this to a spot where we're in the train. So here's our train. It is very well detailed. Now it does stop here because it's one of the train stations, but it's not going to do anything until we get to the other station and pick up the stone. The other station, since we're taking a while to get there, should have a lot of stone prepared and ready. We're probably going to need a second train on this line. And on the bottom right of the screen, you can see the speed that it's going. I think this train's top speed is 30 kilometers per hour. So I don't think it's going to go any faster than that. I'm not even sure it's going to reach that, although we are pretty close. I want to check the 3D print while this is going, because what I'm making looks like it's actually getting done pretty quickly. It says it has another 5 hours, but I know that timer lies. It's probably going to take more than 5 hours. So we will not see this 3D print finish. So I will tell you that it's a shark. I'm going to assume Regus typed that out because of stream delay. But I said shark before you typed it. We have a little fish here, which is the one that you guys saw. And while that is going, I'm going to open up a little snack that I have. I have a Crunch Bar, which my screen is flipped, so that looks backwards. Does anyone know how to flip the camera horizontally on OBS? Right now, the 3D print camera and this camera is flipped vertically. So the source, I had to rotate upside down so you guys see me the right way. Because now when I point to the right, it shows that I'm pointing on the right. But if I had it the default setting, I'd be pointing that way when I point to the right. And as you can see on the 3D print bed, the word Voxelab, which is the brand name, is mirrored, or backwards. Oh, I forgot that my mouse controls the camera. Well, what if I press tab? No, it's not going to do it. Okay, I'm going to wait until we get to the station to try what you said, Rigus, because I can't move the mouse when we're in this view, and pressing Alt-Tab did nothing. We actually got up to 40 miles per hour, or kilometers per hour. I'm going to have to get used to saying kilometers since we're playing the European style. Now, the thing that this game does do when a train is going forwards into the station is that it just rotates the entire train. How do I get out of this? We just click anything. Okay, so now we have one train going back and forth. It is full on stone. It looks like it took this amount here, because it's trying to fill up again. So we could probably use a whole nother train, maybe, to keep up with the stock. We do have enough money for it, so we could just copy this train. Manage vehicle. The Rubber Band Man. Love this song. When you copy a train or any vehicle on the line, it then adds the vehicle automatically to that line. So we should see... Oh, right, I need to add a second train line. Do I have enough money to split this line? Now, I like to have the trains go straight into the station and then move out of the way coming out of it. So we'll go like this over here. And then we need a spot that would line up with that, which looks like it would be this spot which the train is on. And you're stuck in here. So you need signal right there. That should mean that this train moves out. You're moving out, okay. I just need you to be out of the range of this. It's right there. We get an error saying that we don't have a train line connected. But now if I connect this back in. 2 million! We're gonna go sell that train that we just bought. How much money do we get from this? We get the money back to make the train bridge. We're gonna have to spend some time waiting just for us to have the money for the next train. What we need to do is make a second train line here so that we can put signals on the train line, on the train tracks, so that they can have two trains going past each other. Right now with one train line they can't have two trains on the same track because they would end up colliding with each other. And instead of the trains colliding with each other, if they can avoid it, they just stop dead wherever they are. You can have a train collide with another. I don't think it actually visually derails. But anyway, we're gonna not build anymore. Now, I probably should get rid of all the stations we're not using because they do require money to have. So I'm actually going to come in here and delete all these. I don't think we're getting any money for them. We should get some money for this. I guess not. Okay, let's go fast forward speed. I don't think we have any other stations. Oh, they take a moment to get rid of. Okay. So they're all gone. Because each station, I think, takes $30,000 per month. Okay, and let's try what Regis was saying. See, I said. Right click. Transform. Transform. Flip horizontal. Thank you, Regis. That's the right way it should look. Why is this... you guys can't see my mouse, but it's not responding. So I think the game might have crashed. I'm gonna wait a little bit before clicking again and seeing if it needs to be reloaded. We do have autosaves, so we're not gonna lose a lot of progress, but we might have lost like the last 5 minutes or something. See, the thing is, I didn't tab out, I just went off the screen, so I don't know if that's different. Train crash. Yeah, it's not. It's looking like it's not going to work. So let me go on the Be Right Back screen. I clicked again and it just crashed. And what I'm going to do when we get into it is I'm going to actually start a save file. And it looks like the last autosave was right before we reached the first... Oh, we actually have 2 trains. That was quite a while ago then. So what we learned is that we need to have 2 train lines before having this train. Manage, sell. I'm trying to see the angle of the train track to see if maybe I can cut it off later or earlier. Maybe if I cut it here, it'll line up well. It lines up okay right there. And I think that took less money. Get rid of this one just in case. How much is it to do the entire line over to here? I'll go here. 2.1 million. Okay, we'll ignore that then. We'll stop pausing. I will then go back into here, and if you could see, all the stations just said that they charged $10. So get rid of them so they don't charge us. It'll take a second for the individual station to go away. If you delete a station, you have this amount of time to place the station back in, and it'll retain its name. Now, they are going to naturally grow on their own, because all these different things here increase or decrease the size of the town. So I think these 3 here, which is pretty much noise pollution for different things, this will, I think, only go below 0. The more noise pollution you have, the lower this goes. We do have an increase of 20% just by them being able to drive to the nearest towns, which looks like it goes up here. And there's no town down here, so it's wherever these roads lead on this area. Welcome in, and thank you for lurking, Mr. Rusty. Glad to see you came here. Oh, I have Firebot closed. Okay, before I click on Firebot and have this opened, let's go right here. We're going to save the game. It's definitely not going to be called New Game. There's our first save. Now if I go over here, click on all these things, and I click back, it did not freeze. I can see the icon moving, and I can see my mouse on OBS. Now we are into earning money, I think. And the thing that I usually like to do as early as possible is pay off the loan that we bought. We can do it in increments of $500,000. But we also pay it off incrementally through loan interest. Is it worth upgrading our train? I think it is. Is it this button? No. And it's selected vehicle. Is this too heavy for the train? It does say that its kilowatts is poor. Medium, high, not enough power. So if I get rid of this, did that change? It still says high is not enough power. I don't know what that means. I go to here. Now it says it has high. Where does it cut off? Not enough power. So this is the fastest it can go on the highest portions. What I need to wait for is it to go back to the stone station, then turn around, and I want to see if it maxes out as 12 going up the slope. If it goes faster than 12, then I don't have to worry about a high. I just have to worry about medium. I mean, right now it's doing 24 kilometers per hour. I might be able to disregard high. Now I'm going to wait for it to go all the way to the other end, because I think the other end has a longer slope. Unless it flattens out. I know it's flat right now, because we're getting close to 40 kilometers per hour, and that's its max speed. Does anyone want to name the train? Tori? What are you doing? What? You gotta wait a little bit for dinner. Yeah, you do. What are you doing? What? Okay, I see it's above 20, so I'm gonna keep adding more. And then check on this to make sure that it's still doing speed. It says 16 kilometers per hour. That's 15. I think I'll stop at 15 there. 60 stone capacity. So that's more than doubling. We'll modify this for almost 1 million. So now it should take more stone. As this gets full, you see we get this icon here, and it means that the station is overloaded and we're losing items as it sits here. So instead of it always climbing, we go down a number. And then the moment that it goes below this icon range, we keep increasing. So now we should make more money when we come back. Earnings is definitely going to stay a negative for a little bit. We should get a positive the next... Oh, this is on a year. Hold on. I need to turn you down. We don't want to be increasing by year. We want to increase by month. I think that'll be enough once these 2 years or 3 years go away. If I go down more, does that go to 0? Quarter? Okay. We could go quarter speed on our year change. I do know once we get past 2000, I think we stop getting new vehicles. That's the only thing that the year is used for, is certain years we get newer and better vehicles, and I want to increase slowly to that point. So you can't invert the trains, they just unlock over time. Invent? No, we don't invent them. They're unlocked by the year. I don't think it's by the actual date, but I know it's by year. I think you get a new train every 10 years? At some point we'll get trucks. Right now we have our middle school trucks. I don't think I can show you them right now. Right now it should be horse and buggy. I think by 1900s we get the actual trucks. So something like the steam engine, the steam trucks from Eco. Now I do think, if I remember right now, I've been thinking about it, the last newest vehicle is 2010, and they're electric trucks. So at some point the trains will be less efficient than the trucks. Right now the trucks are less efficient because it's just a horse. I see a lot of people in videos will start the game by doing truck systems, going back and forth. So something like this would be a good trucking thing. But I like doing the trains because I feel like I'm getting the money quicker because I'm transporting more. We are earning money. And when you look in here, it tells you how much you're shipping and how much you've transported. So as this goes up, this quarry doesn't know the smallest thing in creating other things. They don't upgrade. This building will upgrade. Now right now it's not going to because we're not at 100 production. That's because we're not transporting 100% from the quarry. As you can see, this is only making 100. But as this requires more stone, this will then go up to 200 or 300. Eventually get all the way to 400. This won't say it's shipping anything until we have a system connecting it to the town. So it's not going to say any shipment or transportation. It's never going to upgrade until we get this going. It only upgrades when you get past this line on all 3 bars. So of course we're going to finish the production. So that just requires us to bring the stone over. And it'll still order more from this. This isn't going to stop just because we're at 100% production. This is definitely one of the... I think it's actually the third game I ever downloaded on the computer. It's actually the second. So I did play this quite a lot. How many hours do I have in this game? Actually, I think I might have more time in Eco than this game. Oh, it's a close tie. I have maybe 1 extra day on Transfer Fever 2 compared to Eco. So, that can't be right, because I played this a lot on my other computer. Although this is 336 hours, so that's more than what I'm probably thinking it is. This series will have to fix it. It's definitely going to help. What are the 5 final goods? I think there's 5. Gears, goods. Gears, good, brick. Tools, fuel, bread, so that's 6 different things. Okay, there's only 6 goods. So since we started this game having up to 6 things requested by the town, this town is going to at some point request all 6 items. So I think we'll just focus on Shady Acres, making this full-fledged supply chain. I don't think we'll worry about any of the other towns. Now, it does get an increase on transportation, so we could worry about our own public transport. Actually, we could set up buses that go around here. Mind you, they'll be horse and cart. If I zoom in, everyone's on a horse. They probably wouldn't want to use it right now, because a lot of people can just walk. I think it would be just like one horse going around the town. But that would cost a lot of money to upkeep, so I don't think I'll do that just yet. We are still increasing our money. What was our last month? Only $22,000. And that was a year later. If we go down to quarter speed, we might do increases of a month at a time. Actually, that's 3 months? Okay, what if I go 0? That definitely goes paused. Okay, never mind. We need 1 million for another train. Actually, this is probably more to duplicate now. I know we don't have enough, but I think the 15 is how many carts it has. If I try and buy another one, how much would that be? All I have to do is look at the capacity, make sure that goes to 60, just right there. $2 million. So we need $2 million for another train and $2 million to put the whole track in order for us to use the train. So this is going to be very boring, just to sit here and watch that one train. I think we should start a truck system in here. We do have enough money to start this stuff, I think. One there. We'll need one up here. And we need one over here. That connects, and it's probably closer than the other option would be. Now I'm going to place a road. That is a quicker connection over to here. Can I upgrade? I think I can. There. I'll upgrade all that. And this section. It might not affect the horse and buggy, but it will affect the cars later on, their speed. Now we need this. I am going to place it over here. Now, how are we going to take... Where are we going to take this, actually? I'll probably use a train to get it over here, so we can use 2 lines as a deposit into here. Let's go in here. Let's change this to be a stone train. One of them is called iron over here. Whoops. Iron trucks. This one will be... I think the other one is coal. So, iron should be this one. Yes. Add station here to here. And we'll do the same thing over here. And then I'm going to click on this and have them on different terminals. One is closer to the iron, so we'll move this to terminal 1. And then we have $500,000. We can probably do 5 vehicles for both. Do 5, put this all on coal. Do another 5. Put this all on iron. They go to wherever the closest terminal is first. Now it is going to take us a little bit to earn money from this. And it's definitely going to say that we're in the negative because we bought a bunch of things. It's also close to our first break. Oh, not actual first break. It's close to a break time. I have to feed my cat in a few minutes. So I will leave this running in the background so you guys can watch it. But I hope everyone takes a moment, gets some drinks, some snacks if you're staying later. 4 12 hours? No, sir. I'm not doing a 12-hour stream. Spotify. Let's actually put this here. Surprisingly, it's not freezing again, so that might have been just a weird fluke. We should be making money on these vehicles soon. I think it'd be better for us to have 10 trucks. They do evenly space out over time. So it wouldn't be like we have 10 trucks going in and out. But if we do 10, we'd have 5 going up, 5 coming down. This little entrance here is going to be very busy. Now if I put a secondary entrance, no, what I want, I want to set this up so that they go in one direction and come out without having to cross over each other. Because right now the 2 trucks are getting in each other's way. And then these would be going in, out, and looping back around, so they'd be... So I think I want them to leave out this way, but then they'd loop over each other. What if I went like this? And add an in here. And then they'd still be looping on each other. I'm gonna leave it. They should be making us money. We can actually check the routes. They're making almost 30,000. And they're probably still working on making that amount of money. Is it worth buying more trucks? If I buy 10, how much is it? Oh wow, it's actually a lot less than I thought it would be. So let's max them out. I think that's 10 for both. 10 vehicles, 1 vehicle. Gotcha. Now they are going to be bunched up together closely. I bought the wrong vehicles. What I bought was passenger trucks. What I should have done was this and duplicated. I think we have to do this one. Yep. Duplicate these. Now they have the same icons, the vehicles. Now these should take a moment to update. We did make a lot during these 3 months. These trucks are going to take a little bit to get spread out. Okay, I think I'm going to take a quick break feed Tori. Maybe get dinner or at least a snack for me to eat aside from the chocolate bar that I just had. Not sure how long it'll take. If I make a whole meal, we'll be going for maybe a half hour. So I'm going to do pin message. If I go like this, hopefully that wouldn't confuse people. Okay. I put 30 in there, meaning the time 30 minutes after. 19 minutes left, really? No, let's just manually unpin it. Okay. So now we're going to back screen. I know the game's not on there, but it will be now. You know what, let's go into the video game scene, and then I'll turn off the camera while I eat. Should be this one. There we go. This is a little bit better. It looks like we're only making just under 200,000 per month. And I guess a few industries are closing, which is probably going to be an issue for us at some point, because these might close and disappear and go somewhere else. Looking at the 3D print on the camera, it kind of looks like I'm making a not a spaceship, an airplane instead of a shark. So I think that's a little bit funny. Okay, while we are above $2 million, I'm going to put in the train track and all the signals, because I think the signals also cost money to place down. So if I take this all the way over to this one, place that down, we have just under 100,000 to put these in. And what we want is something placed about here and on both sides. So now the trains will at least wait at each signal. I'm placing them far apart just in case we have longer trains. Now this train is facing the wrong direction because there was only one track when it started going this way. So it should go on the right track after it reaches all the way over here. And then this should give us enough space for us to have a second train. We could also have more than 2 trains, but we have to wait until we get another 2 million for us to buy the same exact train. I want to follow the train to make sure that it goes on the correct track when it's going back to getting stone. Right now it's on the correct side, but it was also already on that side. There's a Machoke in chat if you want that. It's a Gen 1 Pokemon. It looks like the train is going on the correct side of the track now. That's always good to see. I don't know how many people are actually trying to collect all the Gen 1 Pokemon. Looks like a coal mine moved. It's neither of these two, so that's good. Actually, it could have been one of these. Oh no. Alright. Put my blanket back on. I'm actually going to turn off the light that's above my head. Well, behind me, above my head. Welcome in! Thank you for first time chat. Correct signaling will always put the train on the right track. You know, I thought so, but since I was also eating, I wanted to watch it so you guys had something to do while I'm not on screen. Alright. Oh, I caught them a choke. Nice. I'm gonna quick sip of soda and then I'll turn on the camera. We'll get back into making this a little bit better. Alright. Camera. There we go. Now, did it mess up with the zoom? Nope. The zoom's still good. Or, I mean the auto zoom. So what should be our next step? I think we can get... Can we get to goods? Where's our closest goods? Yeah, that oil's going. I think goods also takes plastic, doesn't it? Oh, it's right here. I could probably start either a train line or truck line going down here. The steel. Would it be too much to do trucks to get down there? But we have a decent amount of money. Now I know it's going to drop because we're fluctuating. So let's do a first poll on this game. I don't know how many people are back from our break. Let's do this. How should we spend money? Okay, the poll is how do we spend money? Should we buy more vehicles? Or should we pay off our debt? If we buy more vehicles, we could earn more money to save up to pay the debt quicker. Or we could just pay the debt and then earn more per month. Because we are losing almost 100,000 on just our debt. We just spent 2 million trying to add the secondary line here. Sounds like a fun project, thank you. I am excited now that we've gone through 2 games already. I was surprised we went through Manor Lords all in 1 week. Thought we were going to spend a little bit more time on that. Spent quite a while on Settlement Survival, so I thought we were going to match it in the length. This game we're probably going to be on for a couple weeks. I'm going to assume 2 weeks. Because that'll be 4 streams. By the way, we have a schedule for the streams if you want to jump in again. And that only shows... Sorry, I got distracted. That only shows when we start. So I should change that right now before I forget. Where would this be? Schedule here. So that should be saying from 10 EST to 12:30. And then from 1300 to 17. '17 is not right. No, it is. That's 5 hours. 4 hours. Okay, that should be right. Now, I did see that someone said that we should pay off our debt before buying more stuff, so we will spend some time paying off some of the debt at least. We can only do it in 500,000 increments. So as we have 500,000, I'll pay it off as quickly as we can. It is going to mean that our earnings dips down a little bit. That was you always do in your games. I usually do, but usually I'm quicker at earning money. But this will save us, I think it's $500 per change. No, it's 10,000 per every 500,000 new. Right? No, it's total 10 million. So it's a tenth of this. So we'll be saving 500 or 5,000, if my math is right. It should say we go to 94,000 and change. Raised not to have debt if you could avoid it. That's a good thing to be raised on. Okay. Now I want to know what we are spending our most money on. Lawn liquidy. I'm definitely looking in the wrong place, I know that for sure. Probably should look at lines. Oh, this isn't it. This is what I want, I think. Nope. I used to know where it is, and I haven't played this in a while. Is it this one? It's this one. So we could earn a little bit more off of our iron. So that's not at least matching the other one. Is it further away? Doesn't seem like it. You're not getting as much as you need. I'm going to ignore our vehicle conditions because I don't think we unlocked any more vehicles. Is there a way to look at that before? We didn't unlock any other cars. My steel is not going well because I don't have it going anywhere. So it's getting the items to it, but it's not going to make more than 32 pieces. We also have bricks being made, but we needed to save up money to get over to the town in order to use the bricks. So we have one train going back and forth, just bringing stone over to it. What I wanted was to click on this and see if we unlocked a new train with our slow progression on time. It doesn't look like we did. I think we only went through 9 years so far, so I might increase that just so we have a better train. But our main thing is making this final line into the city. That's what I was trying to work on, a complete chain setup. The first thing that would be transporting this to would be to our goods factory. And unless things changed over here, which it did, this is going to go away. We were thinking of transporting the oil as a straight line over to the goods. Oil to refinery to plastic to the goods. We did have 3 different oil wells over here, so it looks like after this first one we might have to go further away. If these 4 stay here, that would be good. Because by the time we get this far out, we should have enough money set up from this. I could probably just set up a train line right here. That would probably give us a lot of money, just having the train going back and forth. We'd only need one type of train because the crude oil and the refined oil sit in the same car. The plastic would be different, I think. Maybe we do that before we try and pay off all of our debt. Yeah, that was the, oh no, that's another thing. It's a shame that the warning goes away over time. You can stay going away. I need you. No, it's this oil. Oh, I guess it's when the bar fills up. I thought it was going the opposite direction. Because this just started going. So we have 2 here. How much would it be just to get a line from here to there? 500. We'll call that 200. Another 200. So if we save up $1 million, I could set up a new train line for oil. That would be just for the infrastructure. That wouldn't be anything with the train. So we'd need 2 million probably. So we could have the train and the line. We're not making any more since we paid off some of the debt. Let's add more to our trucks. What, another 500? Yeah, 500 trucks? No, just 5. Hopefully that'll help us get a little bit more money off of this. It is going to get pretty full of trucks at this point now. So we might have a traffic jam at some point. I want to keep it somewhat balanced on traffic. I know they spread out over time. But I don't want too many waiting in one spot. How's our train up here doing? Making pretty much how much we're earning at the end of the month. Or end of the quarter. This is probably not transporting enough. I think it just said we're at 60%, 70 almost. This one. Now I think if we added one more car that this would be below 15 kilometers. Yep. What if I added up to 100 capacity? Not enough power to get up the ramps. So when can I get up the ramps? Or the inclines, I should say. I'm just going to keep taking one until medium says something other than mediocre. Okay. If we save another 200,000, we could upgrade the train and travel with more goods. That'd probably be enough for the train by itself. We wouldn't upgrade it more after that until we have a better train with a stronger engine. I would make the time change quicker, but we're not really making enough money to be constantly upgrading our trains. Are we going to break 400,000? I'm not sure if we're getting that high up. How many is this anyway? I can just remember 80. Okay, what about... that's not what I meant to click on. I want this. Okay, our trucks combined is making somewhat near our train, so that's good. They are able to transport up to the same amount of cargo. This oil is about to disappear. This oil will disappear by the time we get to it. Now this would have been a good short train line. We could have transported all the way into here. We just need more money. This was a bunch of investments, all the trucks, so we shouldn't take that into account. Okay, we're above 500,000, so I'm going to upgrade the train. That is pretty much all of our money. Hopefully that means we earn more in a little bit. It is going to move slower, so we might not earn as much as quickly, but it should still be an increase in money. Okay, I will let that go on the side and we'll check on it in a little bit. Do I just set up trucks for this oil? Oh, there's oil right here. Then we would need a train to get over to here. That would be quickest. What train does a train do steel and plastic on the same car? No, it doesn't. Okay. There was an oil well somewhere. I think it said Bradford. Which I think was down here. Bedford is what I meant. I actually don't know where. I don't see anything with an icon. I think when we get enough money, we're going to set up a truck system for the plastic. We'll get something low set up here. We are going to need a second oil. Oh, maybe I was saying that it added oil because I don't remember this being here. This is also over here now. Just close to the town. This would be a good way for getting money. All the way up to the sawmill, sawmill to the tools, tools to Bedford. How's this going? Okay, we're back to only having the loan interest. Oh, okay. I was confused on why the total was changing, as though it was paying off the loan automatically, but then I realized it's counting the bank balance. I get it now. Now our earnings for right now is almost 400,000. I'm curious to see what it's going to be at the end of the month. If we get to the point where we're over 500,000 for each quarter of a year, I think that's when we're going to focus on paying off the loan. That might be the easiest way. And the only reason why we bought the entire loan amount was because of the train line. We probably shouldn't have started with this large train line here. Okay, so we make 300,000. In a way, we make 400,000 if we didn't have the loans. At least our road and our railroad make the same amount. Our trucks are actually making more. I'm surprised to see that. So let's slowly start setting up this truck route. As we are able to, at least. I'm assuming we get the most amount of money when the train reaches the other end. So how is everyone? So far we only had one person speaking in chat after we came back from the break. Is everyone else still on their break or lurking? Okay, our train hasn't dropped off yet. just dropped off, so I'm gonna pause. Let's add in all of our truck stuff now. Is this close enough? It is. Welcome back, Regus. We're learning bionic dupes. How is trying to figure out all that gunk? Actually, I think we should place it over here. Is it fun working with gunk? We want new line from here to here. And we want this to be lane 2. Oh. Doesn't cost any money to go from here to there. Okay, that's exactly where I want it. Plastic. Oh, that's right, we can make a headquarters wherever we want. I haven't actually printed one, I'm afraid. Just building their base first. That's fair. I vaguely remember you saying that already. So we're of course going to start... Actually, let's start with a whole 10 on oil to refinery. And then I'll buy another 10 for the other section. Did it buy them? Oh, we used most of our money. Okay, never mind then. We will, on the other hand, have a lot of trucks going back and forth, bringing the oil over. After they go through this whole in each other's way thing. I think they should just skip this if there's nothing there. I don't know why their AI tells them to go in there. Looks like we might be able to hold more trucks in this area, so that's cool to see. We probably should upgrade this to have a larger station. Because I think these only hold either four pieces of oil is all they hold. Why does that only tow a certain amount of time as well? Oh, right, I copy and pasted the command. So if I go into this, I just copy it all. Save. Save that, save that. That should be updated for the next time it goes. And change this. There we go. That should be correct. Is Seal Gen 1? I think Seal's Gen 1. Seal, I think, goes into Dugong. What do you mean you don't recognize the... Oh, I did slash instead of exclamation point. There we go. Alright. Cockermouth Oil Refinery. We're over here on Haverhill. This one. We don't need that one though, so it's okay. We do want this, so I probably should... Nice, I caught seal. I probably should set up at least one truck going to here with all this steel. Just to keep this from disappearing. So let's go like this. Can I have a road going straight to it, please? Instead of this weird, wonky... There we go. That's good enough. If we place this here, and then set up a line. I probably should set up another terminal there. Steal the goods. And then we're going to put just one single truck. Just so that steel plate, this good place doesn't disappear. This is going to be a train at some point. That should be everything needed to bring stuff to Shady Acres. Do you have anything in your truck? You don't. Go back and get some stuff. Let's check on our lines. Okay, we have oil and plastic. Not making anything. That's because we didn't have any oil ready. So let's try and buy some trucks for it. I have to save up $120,000. We should be able to do that. I mean, in this month, when we weren't buying anything, we got 300,000. It's pretty much just us waiting for the train to load. Or unload, I guess. So if we had 2 trains, we probably wouldn't be waiting as long. Maybe we wait a few months just to get our train system going. When the train drops off, it brings almost $500,000. So what we're going to do right now is go for a full 10 going from oil to plastic. That'll get this going. Hopefully that means this chemical plant won't disappear. And that then will be everything that we need. How is the steel factory doing? 50 out of 200. Alright, we're not transporting enough. Could we use another 5 trucks on both of these lines? I mean, we're getting pretty full. So we're gonna dip down to probably only earning 100,000 at the end of the month, or the end of the quarter. Debating on if we should just go year by year instead of quarterly. I'm debating on if we should just keep adding to what we have, or if we should bring stuff over to here and then into the town. These two things can go away, we're not going to use them. This going away will actually be better for us with this brickyard. Now we could do boats. How cheap are boats to make? So we would need this. This would be... let's call it a 2.5. If we get this close enough to the train station, we can have them connected. This will be another 2.5, so that's 500. We need to place this down. Which, if I get in the right spot, could be minuscule. Tell me when you can, where you can be placed. I see it turning blue for a split second. Okay, so that's 550, not including the boats. Okay. I think we should just fix up what we have, make it more efficient. Or we wait what would be considered a year, save up enough money to get a second train. Then just our train line alone would probably be enough to pay off a portion of the loan every quarter of the year. I think that's what we should do. Just watching the amount that we're earning in the total. Of course, oil the plastic is going to be in the negative for now. But they also haven't gone back and forth enough times. We probably should spend some money on the oiled plastic. It's a close enough space. I'm just waiting to see how many trucks are spread out before they start returning. I think we have one more truck. So we probably need to double the amount of trucks that we have on just that one line. Which is 10, I think. Managed vehicles. Yeah, so we need another 10. That should give us a truck going back and forth each time now. As soon as one goes in, another one's on its way. And by the time these new trucks... oh, they are on the wrong line, all those trucks that I just placed. Yeah, you guys weren't meant to be on here. You guys were meant to be oil and plastic. That's gonna take them a moment to try and figure out what they're doing. Oh, I just did the one truck, didn't I? I think I did. I need you guys on there too. So they should start turning around. Yeah, they're turning around. Which should line up with the other trucks that are already on that line going into there. So it'd be as if they're still spread apart. They are going to mix in with the trucks that are coming in with stuff. Okay, they should be close to being not as backed up as they are. But having all these trucks in here now means that I should probably add more to the oil route. Why did it disappear? You know, these guys probably could use more trucks. If I add just 6. You know what? No, let's do all of them. So even though I just added 10 to it and then took 10 off, let's add 10 to it. We could do some random routes if they're close enough to something, just to have the money for it. From it, I mean. Another good route would be from the sawmill to the forest, or the other way, I guess it would be. Just to have an income. We wouldn't do it. We wouldn't do anything with it afterwards. How are our lines doing? Everything is in the green, or I guess the blue. So we're earning money, even though we spent a lot this month. Even the Steal the Goods truck is making stuff. Alright, rate is another thing to look at. The rate is how many items they're transporting back and forth. So if we want, for example, the coal route, if we want 100 pieces of this going to the steel, we want the rate to be 100, which it is. So we're making enough for 50 pieces of steel on just coal. So we want more on our iron trucks. So if we go in here, manage vehicles, we should probably add another 5 to this. Not enough money. That makes sense. At least in this game, we can't have people dying of hunger. Because that's never happened on this channel before. Porygon! What, after I'm talking about dying of hunger? What does that mean? Let's see if I catch Porygon. I hope I do. I'm probably gonna have to buy more balls at some point. The 3D print's looking pretty good right now. It still looks like an airplane to me, but it's supposed to be a shark. Maybe after the fins connect to it and it starts making the shape of the body, it'll look more shark-like. I think it's a little too thin on the bottom for you to tell that it's a jaw pointing to the bottom right corner. Transfer Fever 2, no one starves. Should that be the new title? if we get out of here, you said start, but I'm assuming you meant to say shark. Shark and planes are similar. They are in their shape. Even when you look at the tail. I just thought about now. Yes, I got Porygon. I wonder if there's a way to see how many Pokemon I have. I know you can check to see the total amount, but what I mean is there a way without having to count 150, or I guess, I've never seen a legendary on stream. You might not be able to get all of Gen 1 in the Pokemon community game. I should probably at some point look up their list of Pokemon that's in there. How are our trucks down here doing? Our rate is kind of going up. I think that it's still working out how many cars and trucks we have on here, I mean. Hopefully it goes up to 100. So that we can actually make 50 pieces. Now it says 50 is in here now, but we also don't have any in this space. And we're only transporting a quarter of what is here. If we flood this with enough trucks... You know what I should do? I should put a second one of these down. It would still be connected. And then... Call, manage line. Add station here. We want to get rid of Haverhill North. Okay, so they should go into branch now. They did not go into branch. At least that truck did not. Oh, they are. Okay, so if I get rid of North, now the two lines are separated. So I could start adding a lot more trucks onto this line. How's our monies doing here? Now it says our coal went down from a rate of 100. I think that's just because we just updated the line, so it needs to work out its distances. Our iron truck could probably use more. Because it, I don't think, has rows past 96 at any point. So let's add another 5 trucks to it. That's not what I want. I want this opened. Now, the coal says that it went back to 100. That's perfect. It's probably going to go up a lot more than just 112 that it just increased by. The iron truck is at 128, but I think it's going to lower, especially as the trucks spread out. Oil to plastic could be better. Just over here. So oil to plastic would be that line. What is its rate at? It's pretty close. I think we should just... Ooh, it's already at 20 vehicles. So we don't want to double it, we want just 10, I think. So now we have 30 vehicles in this line. What did the rate go up to? The rate is now above 100. It's getting decent. Our train is now below 100. I think it was above 100 at one point. And our Steal the Goods truck by itself is not doing too good, but that's a long line. So this would take quite a lot of trucks in order for us to get up to the point where we'd be making a rate equal to this. We probably should get it to a rate of 50. to match the production rate of this. What we really want is probably a train coming from this iron ore, grabbing both coal mines going into here, then just trucks going back and forth. And then another train going from the steel to the goods. If I remember correctly, the plastic is the same as goods, so we'd have a plastic train going across the ocean, dropping off plastic, picking up goods, going into the town. There's nothing to bring back, so we'd go from the town back up to plastic and then do the loop again. We would at some point have a train doing the oil, because we would need to bring over 4 things of oil into the refinery and then the refinery into plastic in order to match how much this is going to request. If we maximize our plastic, which I think we did, oil the plastic right here, we do have a rate of 114, so we are going to reach the 100 here. This won't upgrade because we don't have the amount of oil that it requires, although it would upgrade by just transporting all the oil from this to it. Debating on how we do this. We could either have 2 stations at both, so we can have 2 lines going side by side without having to cause traffic. Or we could flood this road, which probably could handle quite a few more trucks. What is our rate at for oil to refinery? It's almost 200. Does this ever make money? I don't know. I think we should not buy anything for this quarter, see how much money we earn. It's not going to say we're in the positive until our train drops off money, then we should shoot up. Actually, it says that it is costing more than what it's going to earn. If my math is correct. It looks like we're losing money on the train. So we might need to replace the train just so that it has better health. Although it did just drop off almost 300,000. Maybe it's fine now. It looks like we're actually almost making $500,000 per quarter of a year. So maybe this is the time that we start paying off our loan. That didn't make it to 500,000. So we have a little bit to go before we can do that. I'm gonna wait until we can buy another train before we do anything else. I definitely need a light for the 3D printer if we're going to keep it in that spot. The light that's above my head is blocked by the monitor that OBS is on. I have a lamp that I could plug in. Let's go get this lamp while we wait for us to make money. We're still waiting for 2 million. We need another 700,000. So I'm gonna get this extremely not childish lamp from right behind me. Oh. Okay, I don't think I clicked on anything important. It is actually not right behind me. The real secret is always just add lights. See, now you guys might not think that I would have this, because I definitely don't like Pokemon at all. I have a Pokemon lamp. So first a Whopper mug and now a Pokemon lamp. What kind of stream is this? Okay, I'm gonna go into the table and plug this in and see if it brings either too much light or just enough light. Okay, it's plugged in. The mug is no longer the most coded thing on stream. Okay, now I should be able to reach underneath the table and turn this on while seeing how bright it is on camera. If it's too bright, I'm not going to use it because I don't want this to be... I don't know what it would be called. When there's too much light and something loses its definition and its textures. Is there a name for that? It doesn't make it more white, it just makes it more bright. So let's say I'm going to turn it on now. That's actually not too bad. I mean, my neighbors are probably going to hate that there's a light right out my window. Now if I turn off those lights and the light above my head, is that enough light for just me? I mean, it makes my room behind me look extremely dark, which it is. I have no other lights on. Let's see how dark it gets when I turn this off. Blowing it out or overexposed. That's the perfect way to describe it, overexposed. I'm going to turn off the light and see how dark it is in here. Now, I do have the bed light on. Okay, it does affect me. I'll keep this light on. Bring more definition to the back of the room. Okay. Get my blanket fixed. Put my feet back up so I'm all relaxed. You can kind of now see the shark mouth. It looks like a bowl is being carved out of it. When the 3D print comes forward more, you'll be able to tell. I don't know if it has a tongue. If I look in... It actually does look like there's a tongue. I highly doubt it's going to show up on stream because it's too small. You can see it for maybe a split second when the shadow just goes over it. I don't know. Nothing too important. What if I took this out of here? Because now I see the lamp. I had this blocking me seeing my neighbor's window, so they don't think I'm looking in since I'm facing the window. I felt weird being able to see their window underneath my monitor. But if I turn the light off now... No, it's still not the same amount. Okay, we'll keep this on. But now the lamp is in the way of me seeing them. So that's a plus. I think I just need to find a different spot to set up the 3D print. I could put it on the floor. I would need something for it to sit on. But then how would the camera see the 3D print? I'd probably have to put the camera on the same level as the printer. So I'll think of things off screen. Buy more lights. I don't need more lights, sir. Okay. What were we doing on here? I think we were updating things, making things better. We do have $2 million now, so we're going to pause and try to duplicate this one train. Oh, that's fixing it. We don't want that. We want this button. Not enough money. How much money is this? It's got 20 cars, 80 capacity. Oh, we have a new train! New train! Okay, so top speed goes up by 5. Wait, this looks like it's good on everything. The power goes up, the tractive effort goes up, so it should speed up quicker. Loading speed is 1, so that's fine. Emissions goes down by 1, but we don't really have to worry about that for this specific train system, because it's not near a town. Doesn't look like we got new cars yet. It also tells you the year that it was made. Does the weight do anything? I mean, the weight goes up. Does the weight make it move better, or does it make it move slower? I don't... You would expect a train that weighs heavier to move slower. But if it is heavier and has a stronger engine, would it then move faster with its weight? I think I'm thinking about it too much there. Anyway, we're going to go off of this, because updating a train to the newest train is cheaper than just buying a whole train with the new engine. So we want a capacity of 80. We need 2.5 million. Okay. So we're close, but we're not there. I think I'll get to 2.6 million. And then when we're making a lot from the trains, we're gonna be endless money at that point. That's when we're really gonna take off on this, and it'll be probably more enjoyable to watch. It's a slow start, I believe. Do we put more on this line? I think we should. Let's make steel to goods a little bit better. Can I click on the... I don't want that one. Wait a minute, that is the one I want. You should not be in there. Oh wait, yes you can. Do you affect the other line? Why are you going over here too? You guys are on the same terminal. Yes, you are. Iron trucks go to Terminal 2. Now, if I open this... Okay, so dropping off does not interfere with picking up, but what we want for picking up is duplicate. Duplicate. Add one. So now this is up to 5 trucks. That should help us produce a little bit better. It's going to take us quite a while to actually earn money off of this line. We probably shouldn't even have it. But the only reason why I put it there is so that we wouldn't lose this industry. I think I'm going to add a bus line over here. So if I just go like this, you know, let's put it over here so it's out of the way a little bit more. Now, I don't know if this has expanded visually for people to notice, but they do naturally add roads. So we'll see as this gets bigger, it naturally and randomly just expands. But you can delete roads and place them back in. If we find the right overlay, we'll be able to see what houses are... Actually, I think it's up here. It's this one? No. Is it this one? I mean, this does the same thing. One of them is offices, so they take 3 of the 6 types of goods that we can give them. And there's industry, which take the other 3. Commercial and industry. And we also have the residential stuff, so we can actually delete houses and then they'll spread somewhere else, and we can tell them to, in a way, to only put industry on one side or residential on the other side. But I think we're just going to let it randomly spread out. Now, in order to make buses, we need to place them like this. I think we'll start with just 2 routes, or 2 bus stops. And we're of course going to name this Shady Acres Buses. Let's go bus route. And then for this line, we want to make sure that we put the buses. I don't know why it didn't let me... The stagecoach for right now. I'll put 2 just because we have 2 stops. Alright. It's going to take them a while to decide that they actually want to use the bus, but it's pretty much just going from one end of the town to the other. So that should give us some use out of it. It says that there's already a person waiting at the other line, or the other stop. It's probably more used by residential people going to workplaces than it would be just going around the town. How are our lines doing now? Of course, our buses aren't going to make any money right away. We have a rate of transporting 22 people each time going around the line. That's probably a good start. We have 2 of our stagecoaches already full. I'm surprised. How many people are waiting here? It might be worth having 4. Let's see how many people are waiting there when the first stagecoach goes back. Of course, the town's going to upgrade a little bit more because now we have a transportation for people. They also upgrade for having transportation given to them to other towns, so that's another thing we'll be working on at some point. We'll have planes going to one town. We might not have use for boats. We definitely should have more coaches because we're almost at 12 before the first stagecoach goes back. So let's go into here and double our stagecoaches. We now have people going from workplaces to residential areas now. Kings Road to Springfield. We have enough money now to buy a second train. That's not what I want to do. I want this one, I think, and click on this. Manage vehicle, duplicate. Now, if we go over here and we look at this line, we see a new train coming out. I think I might need to move the camera up a little bit for the 3D print. Actually, I shouldn't, because it's perfect for where the extruder is. And I think if I go up a little bit, it'll, well, of course, show the Voxelab logo, but that's also the axle that it moves on. So we wouldn't necessarily be seeing more 3D stuff. And it looks like the fins are now connected. It's doing the supports right now, so I can't see the fin except for on the OBS overlay. I'm hoping that support all the way in the back that it's working on right now does not break off. So that will affect the detail. This does look pretty cool, I like it. I'm glad one of my students said to make a shark. Alright, our trains. Okay, the second train did not reach the stone just yet, but it is about to. Our steal the goods is still in a negative, but it should be slowly coming up. Now, our trains should stay in a positive at all times, because it just went negative, the next train is about to drop off, it makes more than the negative, and now they're going to switch, and hopefully that's the same amount of time. While it does that, I'm going to check one more thing. It looks like our bus route is actually doing pretty good. Do we need more people? If I keep this here and then click on this one. How are they doing? Actually, let's turn it around so that the top one is for the top thing. Now, Springfield has more than 4. So does so does Kings Road. Let's add another 2. Just 2. That should make us even out on how many people we have waiting in places. Although now there's nobody waiting at either one. We'll look at this later on. So let's get these off of here. There's a Zoro in chat. That's a Gen 5 Pokemon. We are slowly getting up on how many things we're making for our Steal the Goods train. I think we should add more to our oil to refinery line, which would be this line here. Now, if we're at 3/4 with 20 vehicles, we would need to do 20 times 1.25. Or no, it would be 20 times 1.33 to see how many vehicles we would need. Let's actually do this to get the exact. You know, if we add another 10 vehicles, we would go over 200. So I think that's an alright amount. Yep, there we go. 211. So that means this should shoot all the way up to 200. Or it's going to go up to 100 halfway through it. This will then go probably up to 50%. A little bit past it probably. It looks like this only needs 2 oils. So we might set up a truck line going from here up there. It is transporting 100% right now. That's because our oil to plastic line is good for 100 oil. So this line should revamp this area, this plastic line. Should be making more on that. Are we making more than 500,000 per month? We are, look at that. Almost $1 million in 3 months. So if we made 3 million, that would be $1 million per month of the year. Alright, we were going to upgrade the trains, weren't we? Let's see how much it would take to just upgrade. Let's try and upgrade both. So if we do this and this, add 2 trains. Now, it doesn't actually matter where on the train that it upgrades. Actually, we should pause this because the price changes while you're playing. How do I get to where the train is? Oh, there we go. We scroll. So this train is not in the right spot. So if I go like this, this might be quicker. There we go. Now, if we buy this, it's only $500,000. That should make our trains a little bit better. We should drive faster now. We should go up to 45 kilometers per hour, I believe. How are our lines doing? Could we use more on this? If we get our coal and iron up to 200, we would then make 100 steel. We're not transporting 100 steel yet. And this would be up to 200. If we do up to 400, it would get this up to 200. This would then upgrade, needing 400 of both, which would probably need a secondary coal and iron, which would be the train line from here down. It might be worth setting that train line up now. Actually, we should probably wait until we need the train line. Right now, if we just update these 2 lines to doing all the ores, it'd probably be good enough. And we have 15 vehicles. So let's see if I can do the math right and get this to the exact amount. So we do 15 times 400 divided by 113. That would mean we would need 53 vehicles to get up to 400. Because we're a little over a quarter. So we could double up to 30 vehicles and get to 200 probably. I'm going to save and test out how bad the traffic would be. So we want this to be still in space. We're going to save it. We're going to overwrite it. And then we're going to press play again. Go into here. And we're going to duplicate every single car in there. Bring this up to 30 vehicles. It's a lot of money to spend. But we'll see if it's worth it. They're probably all going to go into the Overhill branch before they go up. Although they're actually passing it. So I guess whatever one costs money to make money, it does. I'm just worried about the traffic, because when you have too many vehicles and they're stopping a lot often, it brings the rate down. So at some point you're going to have so many vehicles, you would think the rate would be going up, but it's actually going down instead. And right now it doesn't matter because they're somewhat spread out, but now they're going to buffer here for a little bit while they're trying to even out their distribution. So they are buffering quite a lot right here, but that should be the initial addition of trucks. Right now there's 4 trucks waiting here. As long as that's going down as the next truck comes up. Now it's at 3, it should go down to 1, I hope. So they are spreading out. They're now slowly getting out of this area. It should get to the point where the next truck comes in as it's available to be opened here. I think when this truck comes in, it just goes in, picks up stuff, and leaves. Okay, I think we hit the perfect sweet spot for this one route. If we want to add a secondary truck route, or to just get us up to 400 on our rate, we should probably add a second route. Because with the way that they're buffering again. Do they buffer the same over here? They do. Okay. So we're not going to be able to get a rate much better than what we have right now. So we should probably set up a secondary thing. We could have this line going over here, so we have 2 lines using the same road, but I think if we add a second road down the, like a parallel road, add more of these depots, they would still be able to connect to this, I think. Let's see if I can do this right. I want to rotate this around. If we have it reach right here, then this one we should be able to go like this. We would need a road to connect them in so that the new trucks can get to it. So first let's connect it in. Why doesn't this curve like the train does? There we go. Now this is skinnier than the other road. If we... What size is it? It looks like it's this medium road. So do the medium one there. We're then going to go like this. Shouldn't affect that route. What's going to affect this route is all the trucks going to this route. So let's add this here. This one's going to be called Coal Trucks 2. We are at the point where we're making a lot of money. So we can kind of just spend money without worrying about it. I forgot I can't buy trucks in that way. I have to go in here. We're going to start with 10. We'll check out the rate after a little bit. We have to let it first get all the trucks in there. Hopefully it stops these trucks. Yeah, they are mixing in. Okay. Perfect. It messed up this little separation, but they should fix themselves out in a little bit. Now this should mean that we're getting close to 75%. We're only at 63 rate right now, but we also haven't picked up and transported anything, so that might go up, it might go down, we don't know yet. While we wait for that to update, let's work on this route, make it go up to at least 200 on its rate. I mean, we have 20 trucks. Okay. So we want to actually do 200 this time. Which would mean that we need 30 trucks, or 32 trucks, if my math is correct. So let's first just do an additional 10 trucks. What happened? Why did it unselect all the trucks I opened? Duplicate 10. That should get us close to 200. Yep. Okay, it looks like my math is correct. Then we need another 2. That should get us a little bit over. It should fluctuate for a little bit and then go down. Now the frequency does affect the rate, but right now we just don't have enough vehicles. What is next? At this point, we probably should be worrying about transporting all of this. Oh, Ladybuzz in chat. That's a Gen 2 Pokemon. Now, I think we should have a second road for the steel goods. Because at some point we're going to need another line for this. So I'm planning out how we're going to set up the next thing. We could put iron 2 with steel to goods on a new platform. Have another parallel road system so we don't block up the first original line. But then our iron 2 would be mixing in with the steel when we revamp the steel to making more. So we should probably do 2 of these, one being for iron 2 and the other one being for just steel. so we have enough money to upgrade the trains. So what I'm going to do is put in the roads. So if we... Why didn't it click? There we go. I don't know what happened there. But we want this to be straight. We don't need it to curve. What is it doing? Straight in. Thank you. They should reroute because this would be closer to the other thing. No street connection? I know. I'm getting there. Now it looks like the speed is different. Actually, I think that's just my imagination. Never mind then. Now you want to come out here and go into that. And this line, to make it more efficient, should come from here. Carve it up. Can it curve the way that I want you to instead of connecting? I guess not. So we'll go to about here. And then I should probably go add this road here to reach over to this one. And then we should add a secondary building here. Now, does this still connect? I'm not so sure. If we let it connect to that station, the factory does get a little bit brighter, so I think this means it connects. So what we want to do is switch iron trucks to here. I want this to be a different place. How do we... I know there's a way to change the order. No, it doesn't matter. We can just get rid of this. So now after they sort themselves out, there should be no reason for them to be over here. And then we can use this one for our secondary route of trucks. Let's put that in now so I don't forget to do it later. Now what I don't want them to do is use this road, so we're going to have to delete that. First, let's do iron trucks 2. At some point we're not going to need 2 lines because the trucks will be better functioning. We don't need this line. So you can kind of see what I'm trying to go for. We're going to need a road connecting the two of these. Actually, let's check and make sure that the line's not... It is going up there. Okay, so after we add the trucks to it, we're going to have to change it to being over here. Let's add a road. Goes... Yeah. I'm going to go out a little bit, then we're going to curve it in. Why is it doing this weird shape? Then if we do a straight road over, it shouldn't do anything funky. Narrow angle. Okay, so if I go here, and then from here to there, does some weird looking angle stuff. Let's get rid of this road. Connect it to there. And I don't like how this looks. let's curve it. That should look better. And then what we want to do is come in here, we're going to do steel goods, manage line, add station, this one please. And what we need to get rid of is Everhill North? Yes. So now the steel should be coming over here, which it is. Our road line is updated to be in the more efficient way. So now let's get rid of this old road. We're going to keep these two connections here just so that the trucks can get... Actually, we should upgrade this road in the middle to being a one-way road. Can we do that right now? Tools. There is no one-way road, it looks like. At least for right now. I think as the years go on, we unlock one-way roads. Okay, we are going to pay off a lot of our debt. That brings us down to now 7 million. That means we should be only paying 70,000 a quarter, which will update being true on the next quarter. I think when we put trains... sorry. When we put trains over here, I think I might do a 2-train system. We'll have one train picking up these two mines, and then using that information, getting rid of all the trucks. We'll then know how much of a train we should put on these two, bringing it all the way down here. How are our lines doing? Steel goods is still negative. This line is new and doesn't have anything on it, so that makes sense. Coal trucks 2 is still making under 100. So let's fine-tune this a little bit. If we take this information, we have 10. 200 divided by 78. 26. So if we do double it, put 20 on there, and then that's our 6. That should go above 200. Exclamation math. I don't think I'm ever gonna make that a command. Echo does it perfectly with his now time for stream math. But I don't think I'm gonna have anything on that. Isn't Echo streaming again on Wednesday? Is that happening? I know he's been on a vacation, enjoying his life, ignoring us. You know, for as long as I've had a command for Echo, I'm surprised he's never stopped in. I know I've raided into him at least once or twice. Okay. He's definitely back from his vacation because I saw him in Kevy's channel the other day. Speaking of which, Kevy is streaming right now. And I saw that he was lurking. He's one of the only few people that I would call out for being here. It looks like he's playing my summer car, which is cool. Seems he always has fun playing that game, and I love it. I like seeing people playing games and having fun. how's our trucks doing? Looks like we're going down. It might be just the initial updating. This should get close to being 100%. But that could be this doesn't want that much yet because we're not bringing enough iron. So how is our iron doing? Yeah, another thing that could stop us from the lines being connected is demolishing that one road. Now our lines might be switched over. They are. Look at that. We don't need a one-way road then. We just needed to cut this off. So how much are you guys in? You're doing 200, which is awesome. I think it's just time for us to add to this line. So we have quite a lot of money. Let's start off with 20 trucks, which is pretty much all of our money. But this should help us out a lot. Again, it's going to mess with our current lines, but only for a moment. Did this song just play? No, it just had to be another one of her songs. No, it's different. Never mind. I don't know who I was thinking this was. That shark is looking pretty cool. You know, I kind of did put the shark or the 3D print on there just for me, but I think it is a nice addition to the stream, especially for when we're in like a quiet time where I'm thinking of what we're gonna do. I don't have the plan straightened out yet. I do not like how it's not bordered. I don't know how to add borders on OBS. The purple border to the game and the green border to the camera that I'm on is part of Stream Elements, and this was a pre-made overlay. So I can't put that border down there unless I mess with the video thing. And I don't want to mess with their stuff. So I don't know. Some trucks are coming back, which is perfect. It's definitely going to need more trucks than just 20. I can see that there's a lot of open space here. I think it's probably worth adding another 10. We're actually halfway there, so we might need a total of 40 trucks on this line. Let's see if I add another 10, if it goes to... No, it's going up. We're going to wait a little bit. How is this line doing? We're at 200 there. We should be at 200 here. Perfect. So we should be getting close to 200 on this line. Actually, no, you guys should be... Ooh, Ghastly. Ghastly is Gen 1 Pokemon. I think I already have it, but I'm going to try and catch it anyway. And of course I did the regular command, so I need to retype it. There we go. If we go into here and we click Iron Trucks, you're above what you need to be. You guys... I'm going to add another 10. That got us close. It might update to being more. At least that's what I'm going to hope for. That should bring us to being close to being upgraded. Because we should be bringing in enough coal to match 200 production of steel. Well, we definitely are, because we're bringing in 400. It takes 2 pieces of coal and iron to make 1 piece of steel. So we just need to work on bringing in all the iron, which we are. Okay, then what we need to work on next is transporting our steel. What do you require over here? You require 100 for 100 goods. So we need to upgrade this to being 100 instead of 11. We're at 5 cars. Going off of simple math, 11 is about exactly 11% of 100 if you don't know. So I think if we just multiply our trucks by 10, that would be the amount that we need. So the quickest way to do this would probably be duplicate all of them so we have 10. Highlight all of them. Duplicate once. Twice. Trice. Twice. Just to make weird words. That does bring us up to 100. We're probably going to be more than 100. But that is a lot of trucks that now have to come onto this line. So this truck depot is kind of in the best spot, but also in a bad spot for adding to other lines. I don't think we should have to add another one. But that would be a way to get over the traffic of adding things. And unfortunately, Sophie missed the first Beatles song. How many more trucks are coming out of that depot? You can tell that there's a lot because the line in front of the truck icon, like on the hood, is so thick of a black line. I'm just waiting for it to get thinner noticeably. This is what I meant by traffic. Too many things are waiting in line. Luckily, in this intersection here, they're just going straight through each other on even intervals. I think that's partially due to these people making them spread out a little bit. We are getting a little bit of a backlog. Okay, the line in front of this truck is thinned out a little bit. We might be getting close to the end of the line. Oh, we're at the end now. It's the last 2 trucks coming out. Awesome. And then this should match what we need down on this side. Look at the line! It's almost the entire length of the road. And they're gonna just spread out a little bit more over time. Now, they're not gonna bring anything down here. And I can rotate them, but it would take just too long clicking on each one, clicking go back to this station. So I'll just let them work themselves out. It's going to be in a negative for quite a while. Actually, our trains are in a negative. Why is that? You guys should never be in a negative. You should be bringing in cash at all times. Now you have 100 stone. That's why. Our train line, its rate is almost 200. We're only able to make or transport 100 shipment into this this thing until we create the need for bricks. Once we bring bricks to the town, it'll then start requesting more from the quarry. So what we need is to set up the train line to the town. Are bricks and goods on the same train? I don't think they are. I think we looked at this earlier and they're on 2 different cars. They are on 2 different cars. Okay. This is why it takes me an hour to drive across the city when I have to go there. Because there's a lot of trucks transporting things? I don't know how long ago you said that, so I don't know what I was talking about at the time. Or do you mean just this intersection here? This is only because I don't... Not I don't. Because I didn't set up trains. Would it be worth... Instead of having a train going just this small loop here, would it be worth going iron to iron? So for example, we'd start here. Bring iron to there. Empty train going up. Get iron, come all the way down, empty the train, go over here, empty train, or pick up, empty. Poor management of trucks on the roads by people who only care about money. That's fair. But, for my example, I don't think there's any car. Oh wait, there might be cars coming up here actually. Because this is the only road to the other towns. I should be able to click on something and it should tell us the use of a road. Maybe it's an overlay? Track speed layer? That doesn't look right. Is it this one? It is this one. Now if we zoom in... Ooh, they're actually locked. Why is that? Player owned. I don't think this is what I wanted to look at. Noise pollution? No. This one? Ah, this is the one I want. The number on the individual road is how many vehicles are on that road. So it's considering, what's this, 6 station wagons on here as part of the 9. So there's 3 other vehicles on here, now there's 5 other vehicles on here. And surprisingly, they're only going around the town, so they're not using this road yet. Now, it's not going to show us our trucks. It's just going off of public transport, not cargo stuff. So there are people coming up here. Why aren't any people going down this road? It's connected here. It's connected here. Is it too far? Maybe it's too far. We are going to have a train going up to this town at least. Whether or not it goes straight across or if we take this road to get up there, I don't know yet. We're also going to need a train line going up here. No, actually, let's get out of this view. We have a reason to have boats. So we'll have a passenger boat line going up here. That would be a reason to have bricks going onto a boat. Build a barge. It would not be a barge, but it would be a passenger boat. Now, I don't remember what was cheaper. I don't think we can add a boat going through here, going to this city, but we could. I could probably take this road out, widen or deepen the river here, the little canal. This side of the water is too far away, so I don't think it'd be worth going across here. You know what? Let's do a poll. There's a lot of people that are here lurking, I think. Let's see what you guys think. For public transport, should we do trains or boats? We have the ability to do both to both Nailsea at the north and Haverhill to the east. So you guys tell me. Both of them are going to take a little time to build up. We'll have to do one town at a time. So there's no pros or cons. They both take money. They both are going to take time. I guess the only pro that I could say to trains is that we're going to also have a train line doing cargo stuff. But we could keep it just cargo trains, not do passenger trains. Oh, actually. Wait, no, plastic and goods are on the same train, I think. Same car. Yeah, plastic and goods. So our plastic train would stop here, pick up goods, bring it into the town. But our brick train, drop off, go all the way up to steel, bring it down to goods, then go back to bricks. That's a good system. That gives us money in both directions. This train system does not give us money in both directions. That's why there's two trains, because now there is, in a way, money in both directions. I see. I'm assuming Regus is the one of those since he wanted a barge, and the option was boats. So we'll do passenger boats and cargo trains. We'll try to keep it to that. Can't prove anything. You know, honestly, I can't. Oh, I love the song. Chicago's one of my favorite bands. You might not think of going off of Spotify who thinks my favorite all-time song is Pump It. I'm never gonna let that down. I hope Regus knows this. Whoa, what happened to OBS? Pump it. Don't you start, Regus. I think we had to train like this. What just happened on OBS is the entire screen just flickered. Like it shut the... Like it closed the OBS and then reopened it, kind of flicker. It was weird. It wasn't like there was a power switch, because that would just dim and brighten the screen. It was weird. Chicago does color your world, right? I think it is. So what is the issue for this train track? Probably this little water portion here. Ooh, there's a tunnel. I don't think I want a tunnel there. So if we place it right above that tree there. So we want it to come here. Can you be flat? No, flat goes into the ground. So what we want is up to here. I'm gonna get rid of you. We replace it. I'm okay with it digging into the ground, but I kind of want it to be flat at a certain spot to get across. Down. Grimer! Ooh, that's a Gen 1 Pokemon. We're getting a lot of Gen 1 Pokemon in this stream specifically. Okay, this should be closer to being green all the way across. It just needs to be over here to click it in. That takes 5 million to get there. And that is because the bridge is so high. So if we bring the bridge... Is it going up? It is going up, look at that. We need to lower it. So if we bring it to this tree here, right in the middle, bring you to here. This should be a good enough curve. That's flat now. Okay, now we bring this over to here. It's better off, it's cheaper because there's not as high of a bridge. Everything should be flat until it gets to this point, where it then gradually goes down. That's perfect. So that is our line there. We need to then... Think about how we do this. We probably should automatically start off with 2 train routes. So if I go off of here, bring this down, we want that to gradually go into here. If I just get rid of these two. Oh, I caught Grimer. Awesome. Place that in. These are split, so we'll delete that portion. We'll add this in. This way we can have 2 trains off the get-go. Okay, then we need to do the same over here. Okay. The right track is the one that's currently placed in. So what we just need to do is bring a track off of here on the top. And then bring this all the way over. That is probably going to be too much. Bridge pillar collision. Where? Why did it let me place the other one? Actually, it is not lined up with the bridge. Look at that. So this, sometimes when you're building a large track parallel with another track that lines up with it, when it's a bridge, it sometimes messes with the AI, so it doesn't really go along it. So what you do to fix this is you make a shorter portion of it at a time. It'll still be along with it. And we don't have enough money for that one. So we'll just wait a little bit to get up the up to 800,000. We are spending a lot, so it might take a minute. Can't tell if we're going down in money or not. We might be. Although our earnings is going up. Oh, now we're above 2 million again. I think we're just waiting for our trains to, Oh, there goes our earnings. So it must be the new quarter. We have enough to build this, but I'm going to wait a few seconds for when we drop. Fluctuate. There we go. There's the first drop. Where's the second drop? We're going to go below 800,000. No, we're not actually. That is the drop. Okay, let's build this while we can. Okay. And the next thing we do is put in our signals. These take, I think, 3... Oh. I thought it was gonna... I read 3,000, but I was going to say I thought it takes 4,000 to place each one. Okay. So I'm going to wait maybe another quarter before we do this. What we do need to set up is a way for a train to get onto this track. Now I think we just build a small track from here that merges onto this track. If we go to here, too much curvature. Okay, when can I add it in? Nowhere. Wow. Next best thing is to go from this way and go up the map. And I want this to be flattened. I think I actually want this one. I don't care about the mountain area on the side of the tracks, but if they're connected to each other, or there's a little grass island here, might as well have it smooth. Now I might as well just do a little bit on this side. Make it look pretty going into the mountain area. That looks nice. We're actually a lot closer to the water line than I thought we were. Cool. So when we add a train, we're going to have to turn it around and send it back in here. Right now is a good time to start putting in all the signals because they're cheap. They don't have to be 100% lined up, but I like to keep them near each other. We're almost there. And here's the last ones. And now we add our line in. Go from here to here. Let's make sure it's on the right platform. It is. And what are we going to call this? The Shady Acres bricks? Since there's no other space for it to go. Shady Acres bricks. There we go. Now, what we need right off the bat is to match the town's requirement, which is 83, or 92. So let's buy a small train, do the math on making it the correct amount. Did we upgrade the other trains? I think we did. Ooh, we have new passenger trains, or coaches. Look at that, I don't remember them being two. We have the Bavarian passenger car. Isn't that where Sophie is? Bavaria? I think it is. But anyway, we have the coach that was part of the first train. Rigas thinks so? Okay. Maybe somewhere we'll set up a little train car system just for Sophie. We'll get her to tell us 2 different German towns that she would like us to transport people from. And then we'll put a train line in called Sophie's Trains or something like that. We could do the same for you too, Rigas. There might be something that's more of like an Irish train car. I don't necessarily think that they make train cars for every country. That's why I did quotes, because I don't know. I don't know what a D1 third coach is from. But anyway, let's put this in. Bricks are in the flatbed car. We'll do just a capacity of 4 to start out. Shady Acres bricks. Now, you can tell what ones the Irish ones are because they're late. If we need to turn you around because you need to bring bricks. Now actually the train's not going to do anything because we didn't set up the truck route. So looking at this, that rate's non-existent. That rate of 4 doesn't do anything because I don't think they can. They have a little bit here, but they can't grab all the bricks. So out of the 96 or 92, they're only able to get 4 buildings. So we need to add in the cargo route that we had before. And I think we had placed one here. Ooh, good song to play. And one here. Do bricks delivery. That should change the request of bricks. Now this line's not going to do anything for a while because the train has to come over here first. But that should mean that this is requesting more. I mean, it's up to 12. It's going up as it works out where the trucks can go. It'll fix itself. It looks like there's only 3 towns that are requesting bricks. So that's pretty neat to see ahead of time. Now, you... only transporting 4. So if we go into here and we do fixing capacity of 4... So we need a train that transports either 50, have 2 trains that transport 50, or 1 train that transports 100. Right off the bat. What would 100 be like? We're obviously not going to have enough money for it right away. That's 100 capacity. What is the power like? We would still be able to get up and down the bridge. That would be 1 train. Let's go down to 50. So we would need to be 52. That's not too bad. It looks like our rate went up to 5. So we'll upgrade to 52. We'll see how that affects the train. And then we'll add a second train and maybe lower them later on. Oh, here's the sun. I forgot that's down there. Look at this weird little U-shaped thing that we made here. We also have enough things moving on the screen that my computer doesn't load everything anymore. I don't think it's a distance thing. As we zoom in, I think it should. Oh, maybe it is a zoomed out distance. Huh, I thought it wasn't. My bad on that, sorry. Now, the only 2 lines that aren't making a that aren't productive are 2 things we just added. How is our steel line doing? Still 115, which is all this is going to request when we get plastic going. How is this doing? Oh, we are actually... I would say we're close to upgrading, but we need the goods building down here to request 200 before it will upgrade the steel mill. So we can actually leave this alone until we work out the train going back and forth here. Which would be part of us adding the train to the steel. I'm thinking about how we do this. Because if we do this really long line where it brings one good to a different building and then a secondary good to a different building, the rate wouldn't really match. It might say a rate of 400, but it really means a rate of 200 for both. So it gets a little bit complicated when you do combined stations, but it means it's productive both directions, like I said earlier. The only portion that it wouldn't be productive is the in-between area here, because this train won't bring goods to the main platform. So we might want to just not do that. Just have 2 trains, like we do up here during the stone to the bricks, and then another train system going back and forth up here. I think that's what we're going to actually end up doing instead. Okay, let's look at city acres. We're still only at 5. Let's... Oh, this actually saved. Okay, let's modify it. That does bring us above 50. So we'll let this figure out what it's doing for a little bit. Our town should be increasing now. I don't know if there was a way to know. Oh, we can look at the residents. We can also see here public transport and private transport. Now, does the private transport go to the other town now? Doesn't look like it. So this might be too far for the carts to go all the way up here. Maybe these towns are closer together. I can fit both of them on the same screen. I can fit both of these on the same. I guess it's just too far away. So I don't know. I think we just need to focus on this. We should make a profit soon. We can actually manage these after it drops off and get some money back. Once it drops off, I'm going to pause so that we get the max amount of money back from selling our cars. And I'm going to do one car at a time while it goes back and forth. This might update now that it's dropping off. It did, so now it's at 54. So we actually want to double this train. Not enough money. How much is this? Almost 2 million. Okay. Then we wait. Oh, there's my alarm. We're going to get ready to raid out in a little bit. I'm just going to do this one thing. And by one thing, I mean on my phone. Now, how is our bricks delivery? They're not up to par. So you guys are going to be doubled. So I can afford you guys now. That should match the amount that we need now, or at least get close to it. Our noise pollution is going up. So that's something we're going to have to worry about later on, but not now. What we need is our second brick train. Make this more profitable. Is that enough? I think it might be. Oh, it was enough. So there we go. We're going to have 2 trains. I should probably put a waypoint in, but I don't have enough money. There's one, and here's another. The moment it gets out far enough, I'm going to turn it around. It won't pass this station until this one gets past this light. So let's click on you. I have to wait for all of its cars to get past this little junction here. And rotate. Now these trains aren't going to spread out enough because there's a large distance of it for it to travel. But we should now have close to 100 rate. I say close even though it's above it right now because it could update later on. And then that should make this upgrade to producing 200 brick, which would request 200 from over here. And I think we already have the infrastructure. We could add a car to both of these trains. I think that's what we should do. Just one cart. How does this go up? Okay, it does good. We just need the money for it. There we go. That does bring us over 200, so the moment that this brick system upgrades, we'll have enough stone coming into it. It just takes us transporting 75 pieces up here. Our rate is still good, so we're just waiting for our second train to drop off. And then how is this doing? How's our rate down here? 100. That should match how much we're requesting. Actually, we're requesting more because we grew. Our population is going up. It looks like there's another goods factory. Where is... I'm gonna pronounce this wrong. Where's Tewksbury? Tewksbury... That's Bedford. We're rotated the wrong way. Tewksbury. So it's right here. Then where's our town? Up here. Let's put it back this way. How is this factory done? We're about to upgrade. So we'll see our first upgrade of our stream. Shady Acres now demands food. And fuel. Look at that, Regas. Shady Acres. We always want food. We always want more fuel. More oil. Where's Mox? We need to tell Mox that our town needs more money, or more food. I need barrels. Should we jokingly name whatever brings our food into our town the Mox whatever? So if it's a train, the Mox train. Or the Caveman Mox train, or Caveman train, some form of his name. Yes, we should. Okay. Where is the closest food right now? Because we might be able to do it. We have some farms here. I don't... this is a food source up here. That's pretty far away. Welcome in, first-time chatter. How are you? Where's the next closest food to our town? Oh, right here. That's a lot closer than the other one. We're probably not going to get into planes for a while, but we could transport this food with the train going up this way with the plastic and oil stuff. So that's squared out, as long as this doesn't disappear over time. Where is the closest fuel? There's one down here in Bedford. I didn't look at all up here for fuel. There's one here. And they're both a pretty distant distance away. We might want to wait for planes for that. I doubt there's going to be another one over here. It looks like we only have 2 different fuels. Actually, I could just look, right? It's got an overlay. It tells you where it's going, where it's at. So there is only 2 fuel refineries. We actually have 3 processes for food. Clitheroe. Here's the Stratford food. Bushleaf food, not fuel. That's the one that was down here. And then I'm guessing this one is over here somewhere. There's Fortune, Rockdale, Cromer. Where's Bushley? Or Bushy? Where's Clitheroe? Bedford. Oh, here's Bushy. No, we looked at that one. What am I looking for? Clitheroe. Right here. Oh, there's food right there. So that's very far away. Our best food's right here, and our best fuel is probably down here. How would we even supply this fuel? Refined oil right here. Yeah, our fuel might be a plane system. We're probably gonna have to wait for planes. What we could do is set up our food first so it doesn't disappear though. We have 2 farms right here that we could just train down. I think right away it requires 2. So right now it only requires 100. That's 200 from both of those. And the farms only create 200, so we could connect one farm in, make that 100 right away. But our town's going to require 100 right off the bat. Maybe not. It only requires 14 right away. What I'm trying to get at is it's going to need another farm. So we'll need 2 farms. I think once it gets to the level 3, it only requires 1 food per bread, but I could be wrong. We could need 4 total farms. I just don't remember because I don't think I've ever gone into 3 and 4 on bread, on food. Oh, I forgot to do the thing on my phone. I had it open this whole time. Oh, right there. That's what I want. Tried to trick me. Nothing good. And we're out of ads. Okay, we'll hide this over here. Now, how are we on bricks? We need to match 112. Yeah, we could probably put another truck or 2 on here. Our bricks. Let's add another cart to both trains. It doesn't get us 100% there, but we're probably also not making that amount yet. No, we are. We're keeping up with it a little bit. So we're doing good on this now. What about our train line up here? Let's check that. Should be 200. It's actually less than 200 now. Look at that. Do we get a 3rd train and take away cars from our other 2 trains? It's actually going down even more. I think it's worth doing a 3rd train. Let's try adding things to the trains first. So that's 1 per cart. How's our movement speed? It's still 15 kilometers per hour on the medium. We add 2 to both. Still 15. Let's do that. That does bring us back up to 200. So that'll be good temporary fix. What we could do... Actually, we could put 2 more trains on here. Lower it to 11 cars per train. It would be less cars than what we currently have. We have 46. So we would have 44. Maybe we do 10 cars per train? Because with it having less cars, it's going to move faster because it doesn't have the weight behind it. So less cars, more trains should equal less trains, more cars. Once we get the right amount. Let's do that. Now I'm going to pause. Oh, we were actually paused that whole time. Now I'm going to pause. Each car is carrying capacity of 4, right? Yes. So we need to make the capacity 40. There we go. And there we go on that one. We'll modify these. Brings us down below 100, but when we duplicate, okay, it gets close, but it's not exact. So we'll let this work it out first before expecting it to be the right amount. Now, this train should get close to getting on here, but not all the way. There's actually two things here. We don't need 2. Once it figures out how it's moving over here, it should update our rate. Now you guys shouldn't be waiting here because there's nothing to pick up. And by the time this one comes out, the next train should come in. That should update, maybe it updated now. It's not closer to 200, but it should get closer. I don't think we need 44 cars total. Okay. Next thing we could do... Actually, Haverhill Coal Mine. Which one is that? Okay, it's not these two. Actually, this would have been the perfect place to have steel up here. You know, when we need gears for over here, we had a perfect opportunity to bring steel over here, bring gears back. European flatbed horse-drawn carriage. So we're getting new vehicles. And by getting, I mean we have new vehicles now. Let's look at them. So it looks like we have a passenger actual truck. It's a steam engine. Our other things is all cargo or everything but goods. What's the difference between these? Oh, 5. Okay. Do their speed or anything else change? No, just one allows carrying of goods. So we're gonna do covered horse for these guys here. Managed vehicles, highly at all. Replace selected with this. That will increase our rates exponentially. Next thing we should do is our bus route for this. That should still give us a lot of money. Next thing we can do is nothing over here. I don't think we should update any of this because we're going to switch it out for trains at some point. This section over here we should probably upgrade. Now, do both of the trucks do plastic and oil? Wait, no, we're not bringing anything back. We need the two different types of oil. Crude oil, regular oil. Gotcha. So both of these routes can be upgraded to the flatbed one. Let's pin you there. Manage vehicles, all of them, select. Switch you to this. That's refinery, so we go to this one. We do the same thing. Place the flatbed. Now, if I go to our lines, and we want plastic, we're almost at 150. Our oil refinery is above 200. I think that's the max this can... Oh, actually, no, it can go up to 400. That's pretty neat. Did we get a new train? I wasn't looking at the trains. We did not get a new train. It looks like our first passenger car disappeared. So the next stream on Wednesday, we'll probably have to set up that passenger train for Sophie. It's probably also worth paying off a lot of our debt. So we'll pay off as much as we can. We're now down to $3,500,000 in our debt, which means we're only going to be paying $35,000 per month or per quarter. It'll actually be $34,999, unless that's part of this. Not sure. We'll find out this time. How's this doing? Not the quarry. I want the trains. We're still at 200, which is perfect. Wait, that was actually below 200 before, wasn't it? So we're doing better now. How is this line? Or Shady Acres bricks? Doing 100 there. We're requesting just a little bit over, so maybe we add another car to both vehicles. Let's add just one. This should match 118. Close enough, that's 116. These numbers are going to keep increasing as the town increases. These two probably aren't going to increase as quickly until we start giving that to the town. Then it should shoot up exponentially. It looks like our shark is getting pretty close to being done. I see that the very back support, which you guys can't really tell, the one that's almost completely off the screen, that one does have the tail fin connected to it. So as long as the nozzle doesn't pick at it, it shouldn't lose that support. Okay. Actually, did I check off on my book of things that need to be printed? Where's my pen? Right there, okay. Let me grab this. Oh, that was loud. Let me just check off that I did the fish. I won't check off the shark until I know that it's printed correctly and not losing its tail. I did that before and I regretted doing it because I tried printing two things at once to save time, and the print messed up on both things. Made it even worse. How are our trucks doing now? Not configure. Our rate is 135 with our upgraded trucks, so we don't need to worry about how many trucks we have. If anything, we might start selling some of our vehicles because we might have too many. But I think it's just based off of how many bricks we're bringing in now to the station before they take it. So our next step would be to start our trains bringing in goods, which means we need to have a train for plastic over to here. That's the plastic goods train into Shady Acres. Let's just make sure one more time, even though I think I've checked multiple times. Not that one, this one. Yep, plastic and goods are on the same train, and then steel and bricks are on a different train, but we're not transporting bricks over here with the steel. So we're going to have one train going back and forth this way, one train going up here for steel, and then we'll worry about upgrading this as we need later on. We'll probably make the steel train a cut-through so that it can go over here later on if need be. There's a sawmill here. So I think we're going to set up a truck line going over here so we have it ready for the gears. And then we'll set one truck going down here so that this doesn't disappear. It's in a perfect spot for when this town needs gears later on. I don't want to upgrade. I want to do this. Oh, our first tunnel. Actually, I liked how... Yeah, let's do a tunnel. Be more efficient. Now, if we add buildings, not trains. This to here. This over here. This over here. And then one way down here. Oh, I didn't mean to place that there. We will then add lines. So this one is we'll call this log 1. Then we have this one over here. This one, naturally, log 2. Then we have planks to gear. Which might be called something else. Not sure. Okay, so let's do the math on this. Gears take 100, requires 100 planks. Planks take 200 wood to make 100 planks. The forest makes 400, so this will make the current rate 200 wood. So that would satisfy this. Then when this upgrades, it will go up to 200. So having one sawmill for this with 2 forests supplying it is the perfect ratio for just one of these. Now there's another thing that requires planks. I think it's tools. Is there a tool thing around this? Right here. Yes, this also needs its own plank system. This also does 100 planks per tool. So that would need 100 at some point, or 400. So this would also be the same system, making tools. Is that the closest tool system? I think it is. So we might want to set up systems around our map that just supplies minimal stuff. So I'm going to do 3 trucks. This one will be log 1, this one will be log 2, this one will be planks to gear. Just so this is all set up and going, then we'll set up the other area. Now I'm going to make a cut-through road. Zoom into the build. So if we go from here, go straight up. Construction not possible. Okay. What if I tell you that it is possible? Oh, there's a Granville in chat. That's a Gen 2 Pokemon. If we go here, and then we'll set up the buildings. So we're going to need a depot over here. Actually, let's place it in the middle. Then we need all of these set up. Now we needed this setup as well, so let's make this straight across. Doesn't have to be good right away. This one's going to be 4 different lines. So from here to here will be log 2 or log 3. I'm going to stop doing capitals. I think this is one of the only country songs that I have on this. Okay, next thing we need is log to here, log 4, and then planks to tools, I think. Oh, that just added a bunch of stuff in here. Let's get rid of this. New line. Planks to tools. It's ironic that we're setting up the things that our town currently doesn't want. It doesn't want gears or tools, but we had that set up before fuel and food. Okay, then in here we need to buy 4 trucks. Okay, this one goes to log 3, this one goes to log 4, then we have planks to tools. Oh, that's only 3 lines. So I have an extra truck for no reason. You're getting sold, sir. Sorry. These don't have to make any money. I'm not hoping they will. Neither of these. Okay, so if we do a train line up here... Actually, we should probably just do a train line that kind of meanders. Up here and this way? That would bring enough trains for all this stuff. Then we could have the train for all of this. Actually, that would cross over. That's not what I was thinking. We'll figure it out next stream. Thanks for watching. If you'd like to catch me live on Twitch, we stream on Wednesdays at 10 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. and Saturdays from 1 to 4 p.m.